Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a phenomenal day. We're taking a quick look here at Sandbox. This is a request from one of my community members. Let's go ahead and see who asked for sand. Let's see here, Solana, Wojak. I think it might have been right here. There we go. Soren, 1986. Thank you, Soren, for requesting this. This was one of our newer community members here. Greatly appreciate you. Also, congrats to our other community members who've just sent out some phenomenal updates here lately. We took Avalanche 111% in 3 trading days. That was an awesome trade. We've got a lot of other handful of swing trades, of course, where we're taking some healthy profits as well. Last 48 hours has been pretty monstrous. Last thing as well is to note that our day trading bot, just to clarify, this is a bot that I created to ensure that you have options to find good entries. Ethereum, Litecoin, Matic, what I think XRP and Solana, BNB. We're hitting some really good profits there over there as well. So super glad it's working good for you. Appreciate you letting me know that too. Let's talk about the backend data here and work our way down. So what we want to look at is liquidation data first and just recognize kind of what's happening here on the backend. Looks like there's a lot of concentration of volume right here at about 58 cents. So we're going to take a look at that level, kind of see. A lot of times you don't see a lot of liquidity this early on after the price action comes up and kind of wipes out some of the shorts. Okay. We also got a pretty heavy concentration, kind of averaged out around 54 cents. So 54 to 58, we're going to look at that and kind of see what that means for us here. So just to quickly note, 58 cents is this guy right here. That's 58. And what was the other number? 54. Okay, so 54 right here. Oof, that's a tight margin. Okay, so those are where the heavy liquidation levels are at. Okay, so just to give you perspective, when you're close to liquidation level, and there's a lot of liquidation at one point, whales are super good at swiping that level either down or up, and then instantly reversing it. Okay, that's why we see channels in a lot of different circumstances there. So in this situation here, Sandbox is massively overextended, pulled back for 12 hours, consolidating at support at this 0.236 level. Coincidentally, the exact same level that we have that amount of liquidation. Okay, so be mindful. If you have a liquidation level at 54 cents, you might be the next target. Okay, so we'll look at a few other factors. That doesn't mean the price is going to drop instantly. It just means we want to pay attention that could be a level to be worried about or concerned with. Maybe consider taking profits. Try not to be one of those guys that has to post 1,000x 100x leverage trade for 10,000% and flex your muscles online. It really doesn't matter, honestly. What matters is how much you're taking in profit, and if you leave money on the table, that's just a problem, right? Okay, let's look at TD sequential here. We are at a 9+1. A lot of coins are exhibiting the same behavior. Massive amount of volume here today, though, so be careful shorting this coin. Again, I know that we're really close in liquidation. It could very well come down to touch that 54-cent mark and bounce. But even if it does, there's a stronger likelihood the price continues higher than it goes down, just based on how much volume is coming in this coin and an overall sense for the last week. The last week is well above the moving average, and that's a lot of volume, so you got to pay attention to that. We take a look here, we can see money flow index, this green line, is extremely high. Same thing with RSI. That's completely normal. We do see stochastic, of course, hitting its top, and it's not looking like it wants to turn around. So stochastic can be kind of, it's not the best indicator on the daily time frame when it's maxed out like this. Okay. Again, other circumstances it's okay, but when it compresses at 100, it kind of gives you false positives. So we're going to look at the 4-hour time frame and change that as well. You can kind of see this. Look at this. That's the exact same thing too. It's just kind of maxed itself out, and now it's swinging down, which is perfectly normal. Okay, so just to touch on this, money flow index is coming out, RSI is coming out, but MFI is still very high. Okay, so that's a good contributing factor. Could imply we might even see the price continue upwards from here. Okay, we got a MACD potential divergence, but it hasn't officially diverged yet. It's working on it, but hasn't done so yet. And then, of course, we take a quick look here at Elliot Wave on the 4-hour. This is where the potential playout would look like if the price were to pull back. Okay, again, I'll put this on our playout charts on our Twitter, Discord, and Telegram. It's hard to say, apparently. And they look a little something like this, where I kind of just provide to you specific areas of focus. And this is one of those things here, too. In other words, we could see 50 cents, 48 cents, and or 45 cents as possible targets, because those are normal retracement areas if this is the top. I got to emphasize the word if this is the top, because just because we're overextended doesn't mean it's going to stop or slow down. Okay, but if the price does continue lower past this 0.236 level, then there's a stronger chance we're going to see one of these 3 levels hit. It's just a common characteristic in trading. Let's quickly note the moving averages are looking very good. we can see here that they are perfectly in line with this ascending trend. So we'll just go ahead and kind of draw this out here so we can kind of pay attention to it for later, so we know specifically what the trend lines are kind of averaging themselves out to be. Okay. Now, last thing I want to look at here would be the each MoGo Cloud on the hourly. This is just kind of a confirming factor for me. I like to make sure that I know if we're on the right side of tracks. We should definitely be above the cloud, but the conversion line is below the baseline, and lagging spans intersecting with the price action. So that to me is not a sell signal. That to me is a consider closing part of your position signal. Okay, and what I mean by that is, as a community, I always recommend to adjust your stop loss higher as you take profit. But when you take profit, don't close your entire position. Close 60, 70, 80% of your position. Let the rest ride if you feel confident the price is going to go up. If not, close the whole thing, of course. But for the most part, you want to leave some skin in the game and adjust your stop loss to break even. I've gotten way more profit overall, even though I have a lot less trading profit to amount, and I'm doing much better in the overall sense. What I mean by that is we use low position size, low leverage, right? These are 5x leverage trades, both from my day trading group and my swing trading group. Some of these are 10x, usually ETH and Bitcoin will 10x, but for example, we just take a look at this here, 37% Matic in one day. That could have been, 370% at 100x, right? Or sorry, 50x rather, but we use 5x instead. Again, safer profits, just more consistent. Again, that works well for me, may not be for everyone, but we're taking profit as we go along. We're not just getting greedy and trying to find this one spot to make us rich, all right? Again, different strategies, it's all good. I mean, if you find a way that works for you in that sense, it's good. It's just much more consistent for me in the overall sense. We can see here as well, we're below the volume profile. In other words, we have the most amount of volume at 57 cents in the most recent, 2 or 3 trading days. So that does tell us we're working below a support level, or basically a resistance level now. So that's just something to be mindful of. So to me, I wouldn't consider a long or short position at this point. I know it sucks to have to watch all the way through and be like, wait, he's not telling me to take a position? Yeah, 90% of trading is understanding that is finding opportunities not to take a trade, okay? So in this case, I'll evaluate 10, 20, 30 coins a day, and I might only find 1 or 2 opportunities out of that. Okay, so try to be a little more selective yourself. If you're trying to force a trade, you're doing it wrong. This is not a situation where the price action it's really worthwhile getting into. Now it'll probably shoot up as soon as I upload this video, and that's perfectly fine. I do not mind missing opportunities, and you shouldn't either. You'll get used to it over time. Eventually, it'll make sense to you. But for right now, that isn't really not like a significant buy signal. Okay. Again, staying above the cloud, great. If this time tomorrow the price maintains itself at this level, then there might be a consideration to take a long, but we want to look at other things too, okay? So I hope that made sense and I described this correctly. Again, make sure if you haven't already, I don't know if I touched on this yet, but we are partnered with Bitunix. If you use this link below to register, you get a massive benefit. Mainly, there are no KYC, no VPN, so if you're with or BingX, for example, one of our other affiliates, they require VPN now, which means KYC is on the horizon. So unfortunately, US, Canadian members get kind of screwed over there in that sense. So make sure that you check this out. Phenomenal exchange. I have an instructional video down below as well if you're curious. We do also have a Bitunix section in our Discord. We're going to continue to update where I kind of discuss how to set multiple profit targets, which I think is extremely important for folks to utilize because it's really underrated. All right. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you all in the next video. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.